a history major, and so she takes care of this when I can't. I work a full-time job now, and I'm only off one Saturday a month. God bless me where I didn't have to be at work till 1 o'clock today.
Thanks.
This family and this land means almost as much to me as it should to y'all when we're done with today.
Come on. Come on.
Hey.
They're all coming off the bus.
Yeah.
Little bit of housekeeping, and I know it ain't gonna thrill nobody. We back in the old days, folks. There ain't no toilets. There ain't no running water, except what's on the back porch. We are no air conditioning, no fans, nothing. We're pretty much like it is right now. So the modern day has left us. We're back in the old times. This is my granddaughter Natalie. She likes to hammer down the nails on the back porch. Tell them hi. Hi, Natalie. This is Gary. One of y'all. Gary, introduce himself.
Gary Gardner.
Excuse me.
We know they're coming.
No, we need to let everybody.
Okay.
We're gonna tell it, but we're gonna have to split up. So we're
Oh,
gonna
no, I already told them that.
I know, but we're gonna
This
keep
is my friend Diana, people. This is my girl right here.
She gonna find it. Y'all gonna know. If she tells it like it is, I'm worse. So
That's why
be
we get
ready.
along so well.
But still, y'all are all standing here. I'm gonna let Gary go ahead and do a little bit because y'all, it's still gonna be hard to hear. But this little group been standing here. Go ahead.
Okay. I'd like to say good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome y'all to the Matt Gardner Homestead Museum. Like I was telling you, my name is Gary Gardner. So Matt Gardner was my great grandfather, and of course he was a heck of a man. To live in was born before slavery, and then to build a house like this back in I think the whole house was built in 1900, and of course you will see it's a small part back there where it was they turned into the kitchen, but that was the original house, just a little old maybe 15 by 15 room. And then as the family grew, then he kept adding on. And of course you'll see pictures of the kids, and like I said, he was an amazing man. He was a preacher. My dad told me at one time he owned over 500 acres of land. And of course the Elk River, this right here goes all the way to the bank of the river. And as a matter of fact, the part on the other side over there, they're gonna make a ramp, and they're gonna call it the Matt Gardner River Ramp, where you can put your boat in the water. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy it. And my dad always told me that we was kin folks. That the Gardners that was born in Pulaski, we are family. And that's what he always told me, and bless his heart, he been dead now for 8-9 years, and he always would tell me that them Gardners in Pulaski is your family. So we kin folks.
Okay, one thing about it now, when we go in the house, don't touch anything.
Yeah, watch the
Your
children.
oils from your hands will deteriorate everything in there. It's already been touched one too many times. So I just let you know now, I do have a pair of white gloves. If anybody feels like they need to touch something, you let me know. I will hand you a set of gloves, okay?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the property currently owned by the state of Tennessee?
No.
No.
Okay.
This entire, where we're at right now is owned, almost all the Gardner family owns most of the land. One piece has been sold off, was sold at state auction. Matt meant for it to never leave Gardner hands, and unfortunately, somebody couldn't come together and love each other enough to try to keep it in the family. That's all I can say. Because I was there begging and trying to buy it to keep it on the museum.
One, could you tell us about the Poplar Hill School?
When we get inside, I'll show y'all all of that.
The Poplar Hill School, I don't think that Matt Gardner was involved in that. He built the first school here in this community for the black kids, Negro kids at the time. But Like I said, he done that, and then he even housed the teachers, the teachers that taught up at the school, and the school is still standing. It's a church now.
Yes,
They made a church out of it, but the school is still standing. Now I'm thinking that Poplar Hill is probably on your branch. I'd like to know some more information on that too.
See, eventually we hope to tie all of the Gardner family, and as Carla puts it, well, we got our roots to start with. So we know what schools he got started and what schools were come together here, there, and a lot of them got started because of what he started right here on Dixontown Road.
Yeah.
In this area, and that started a fire of being able to get kids all in this area and moving north, being able to go to school and learn. Like they think they know something now, but none of them know anything until y'all step back in the roots and learn why the school was started to start with. So that's kind of why I'm like, y'all get ready to start back in time, because this is where you are.
Now the Gardner family reunion is going on in Atlanta, Georgia, this coming weekend.
We heard.
The other garden.
The other side, yeah. All right, I'm gonna ask everybody kind of split into 4 groups. And the reason I say 4, we're gonna let one group wander around outside a little bit and look around, take pictures. Gary's gonna take a group, and I'll take a group, and then my daughter is gonna grab a group. Okay? She's gonna kind of help y'all fill in and answer a few questions and answer little things, where Gary and I got the majority of the story. Gary has a whole lot more of it than I do.
Okay,
but I'll do what I can.
What's the name of the church now? I forgot, because it's in the book I've got.
Well, St. Rebecca, which
St.
is
Rebecca, okay.
right up the highway there.
Okay. Yeah, that's in a book that I have.
Right,
St.
right.
Rebecca.
Okay, everybody however y'all want to split up, go ahead and split up.
That's St. Rebecca over off of Lewisburg Highway.
I'm with Gary.
Yeah, he passed it. He passed it. All right, who going with me? Come on over here. Come on over here.
Excuse me.
I had to help you.
Okay. All right. Let's see. How many I got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. You going with me?
That's right. And who's
Okay.
the little one over there?
All right.
Hey, Gary, do me a favor. You can talk to the camera.
All right, I'll do it. I will. You want me to tell you who I was again?
Yeah.
Gary Gardner. We are standing on my great-grandfather's, Matt Gardner's place, Homestead Museum, and I believe that we all are kin, all are family. I'd like to get a handout on y'all, if any one of you got a booklet or anything, but I do believe we are family. Now, just think about this right here. Now, right here in this little community, they saying there's 3 sets of gardeners that live right here. Now, how can that be? How can that be?
Right.
I just don't believe it. And my dad always told me.
I know the G.
And you know it too. Yeah. And it's a set of gardeners that live out on the other side. If you go down Ardmore, I don't know if y'all familiar with Ardmore, down south of here, it's a set of gardeners there. And then right here in Elkton, there's 2 sets of gardeners. Now, and like I said, how can that be?
But
and
do they
then,
know if they're related or not?
Well, my
They're just
dad,
on the same plantation.
my dad always told me that we was all
close
kin.
proximity. I would say they're all.
Yeah, I think you came in from different plantations at one time. One came from West Virginia.
Well, now,
So
you-
then they died over the years.
Well, what happened with the gardeners? My family is that when they came from Africa, it was 3 sisters, and they landed in Virginia over there, where they put them on an auction block, and they put them on this auction block, and they sold them. It was 3 sisters. So this sister right here came here, and she never knew where other 2 sisters went.
Really?
That's what.
Who was the sister? Do you know her name?
I have to.
Now
get
we
the book.
call ours Maud Jane Gardner.
that we do the Maul Jane Gardner family reunion. So that's who
Okay,
we're honoring.
how far you can go back on her?
Come on, there's our story.
Ellen Nesbitt used to give us the history of
And we got it,
It
but
was 1820, but 1830,
1830
Yeah, that'd be about the same time.
And
But
then we just know her and then her daughters. But we
Ellen
can't go past her.
Patience.
Patience and Ellen.
okay. Like I said, y'all got to give me some information.
Okay,
and,
on the camera, give us your full name and a contact number.
Yes.
All right. My name is Gary Gardner. I'm a senior. Of course, my great grandfather, which is Matt Gardner. What else you need to know?
Phone number.
All right.
Phone number.
My contact number is 931-468-2346. That's the home. My cell phone is 931-638-1990.
Say it again.
Email it.
And I don't want my wife fool with that. I don't mess with that. Airport 931. 638.
His great.
He's my great grandfather. 1990.
This is your Coleman.
So the Coleman.
So how did he get the landmark?
I don't know.
Well,
Look at you. I'll get
he was born.
Glenda, I got it.
I mean, it's just hard to believe. But he was, of course, he was born before slavery.
Okay.
And then when they freed the slaves, it was a saying that they
It's a bug.
that you got a mule and 40 acres.
Yeah. Right.
But anyway, how he accumulated all this land, I do not know. I know he was a smart man. Matter of fact, him and the Bridgeforth was the first black here in the community to have a mailbox. And of course, when I was a kid, I used to come down here and of course, Matt and my great grandma, they was already passed. But when he had some two grandkids that live, and a daughter that lived here in the house. And when we came down here, my father was they wouldn't let us in the front yard. We couldn't play in the front yard. Well, I was like, after I got, why? He said that the Klansmen.
Oh.
Yeah, they originated
the
here.
Ku Klux Klan, one day they messed with them. I don't know what they done to them or whatever, but then that's why the kids and things wasn't allowed to play in the front yard. Because the Klansmen messed with them, picked at them or something. But that's what happened.
How does the Klansman relate to Pulaski?
That's where they was born.
I know that I didn't know if there's another story because I also heard another story too.
So what story you
Well,
hear?
I heard that it did originate here, but when it first started, it wasn't like a racial thing.
That's right.
It was basically just people who were mean or violent or hurt each other, they would step in. And then over the years, it evolved into racist.
That's right.
A racist thing.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it originated in Pulaski. It got to the point where and the Klansmen used to come to Pulaski and march.
Right. They still do.
And they still do.
But the city, they don't want them to do that. The people here don't want it.
So they don't give them no.
Well, so what they've tried to do, you can't stop it. But they've tried to make the laws where they won't abide by them and not come, but they still do it. They said they raised the fee high, or the restrictions are here, but they've always met them, so they do it.
And they don't give them no attention.
No attention. And they said that most of the people here don't want them.
This is why our grandfather used to have all these wild stories about the ghosts and things coming through the house and shooting bullets in the house. And our grandfather used to tell us all these wild stories about that. They thought, they called my grandfather used to tell them when they were living in Alton, how the ghosts, which we thought that later that it was the Ku Klux Klan. They used to come through the watermelon patch and shoot the bullets through the houses and things, and we would be tell us some more, granddad, tell us some more. They was calling them, he was calling them ghosts. My grandma was telling them to shut up, dog. That's how they stopped.
Anybody have any questions before we go towards the house?
Are you here full time? Is this what you do full time?
No.
Oh, okay. And how long are they open?
I don't know, for some reason, we as a race of folks, we do not understand how these museums like this operate. And it's people right here in this community. We have something down here, and they won't come out and support it. And the reason why they feel like that museums like this is a money-making thing. It's no money to be made in something like this. It operates on gifts, giving, grants and stuff like that. That's how they operate. But they do not. It's not no money-making operation.
Have you tried to get any kind of city grants to do this?
Yes.
Have y'all gotten any?
Yeah, we not got grants before.
But that's how Muhammad Ali's house stands, and they've done everything in there because of that. But he's got the backing too of some rich people.
Yeah, and that's how they operate. We had some function down here. Right. What made it so bad? It was a lady came in here. We selling stuff. She brought a black lady. She brought her food and stuff in, and it just looked so bad. So bad. Right. But we as a race of folks, we'll spend our money on everything but family.
Yeah. Right. Hey, can I have something on that?
That's the truth.
We got the crab syndrome.
That's right.
We got the crab syndrome.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
We'll spend our money on it. All right, we got the family reunion coming on and coming up next weekend down there in Atlanta. And of course, I now hosted it here 3 times in Pulaski. But when it come down to something like that, they slow about sending their money.
You're Gardner.
Yeah. I don't know. Where is that? Where is that?
Man, I need to have a cup of coffee with you.
I am so glad I'm just
The original way where they got their water from, right there.
Watch his ants down there.
Watch them ants.
Oh, he went down.
Y'all watch the ants.
Yeah, watch them ants.
Where'd you get a
Dogs across it. Keep them They have function in the like that. I think you can even do it.
Y'all stand right there in front of the well house. Not right there in front of the well house. Yeah. Y'all ready?
Yeah, we went over there. We did.
Watch your ants. But anyway, again, this is where they got their water from. Stood the test of time. But all out in here, you wasn't allowed to come around here and play. And like I told you, and the reason for it was the Ku Klux Klan. They were male wolfing, and so they stayed back behind, and they sat back there on the back porch back there. But that's where they were set. But anyway, y'all come on in.
All of us can go in at once?
Huh?
All of us can go in at once?
No, we all can't go. Let's do 10. The rest of us just have a seat on the porch.
That is what she is. Because I be telling her all she do is drink water. That's good for her. They're going to teach her a lesson this time. Gotta go back. We got to talking. I went on split lunch with her that day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was going somewhere to get some kind of problem. She had, you know, Carl Jones.
How you think about the problem?
It's really different, very interesting. It has a long history. And I'm glad we were able to come this year and bring a lot of our family members with us. We even brought the little ones.
He went all in depth about the family. All in depth about how.
What do you think about the problem?
Oh, I think the problem is very nice. Very nice, very...
When you go back and look at it.
And you go back and look at it, you just can't believe that your ancestors lived in something like
Take a
this.
picture of her t-shirt in the back.
Can't do that.
Right.
Some of them don't know where they're from.
Right. Well, it is great.
I just like
The tour is very interesting. I'm waiting to go on the inside to visit the house, but I'm learning a lot from Matt Gardner's grandson, the son, Garrett. I've learned a lot from Garrett.
Oh, hi! I'm Beverly from Louisville, Kentucky. We are enjoying the sights on this farm, this land, or whatever, but it's very interesting because we see how our forefathers lived and everything. The rooms are just spectacular. I noticed the sewing machine where they make the quilts. It's just amazing how they make those quilts. Thank you.
I was mad I didn't get there early to get some of that fried chicken. I got the last leg when I got in there. Yeah.
I had a piece left and somebody had some and gave me some. I had
You and the Nitty family?
Yeah.
When it all came together. So I'm just glad I was here to help, because it's hard for Elaine being all the way in Louisville, Kentucky, trying to contact people and be where you need to be and call, because people got voicemails, emails they don't open and don't check and don't. So I just was glad to be here, because here's my last word I want to say to you. You can choose the clothes you wear. We chose the menu that we ate. But one thing you can't do is choose the family that God put you in. So we need to always remember to cherish one another. Some will make some years and some may not make some. But when we see each other, don't act like you don't know nobody. Now, I may not know your names, but I know your faces, baby. Praise the Lord, everybody. Believe it or not, I don't really like to talk. Anyway, I just want to say this has been it's been really a 2 days of joy and pleasure. And I love all the social interaction. It's good seeing everybody. And this time, I don't know, it was a different meaning for me. I think because I really came back home. I've learned so much about the history that I didn't know. And I've been talking to everyone. And in Louisville, there's actually another part of this Gardner family reunion. You know, the sisters go like this, and it's one of our prominent ministers in the city. And every time I see him, he said, "Cuz, maybe cuz." But I think now I can go back and say, "Hey, cuz, it's for real." From what I learned today, so this is great. But what we need to do, we need to continue to build on this with our young people. And we say this every year, but it has to start with us. If they love us and respect us, and we ask them to come, they should come. And that's what we need to do. And I'll do whatever I can to make this thing a success. Thank you for coming. One thing, let me take it now while you can hear. Stop there. We will have a worship service tomorrow for the family. It's going to be at Matthew's House of Praise. It is our cousin. I don't know anything about him. His name is Jeremiah Gardner. His church starts at 9 o'clock Pulaski time. So Louisville was going to be ready to get on the bus and go. And they said we could just come like this. I might wear long pants. But anyway, we will worship together. And I tried to let you all know that. Things went fast. But anyway, be ready to do worship service tomorrow morning. Matthew's House of Praise. And it's early because his service is at 9 o'clock. And they said they're usually out about 10:30.
James Gardner, Jr., Nashville, Tennessee.
One more time.
Nashville, James Gardner. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Talking about the experience of the Matt Gardner plantation home. It brought back memories of how they lived in the day. It was a very humbling experience to see all the things that we take for granted today that we don't have, like electricity and running water in the house, and they just lived on the bare basics, no air conditioning. So I think it's a very humbling experience, and very proud of a man that was able to achieve what he achieved in that day and time.
Okay. And my mother was Jane Crook. She was from Elton, Tennessee. My name is Michael Crook. My mother's name is Jane Crook. She was from Elton, Tennessee. And we love it, man. 2017, we out.
James Betty from Nashville, Tennessee. And enjoyed the whole time I've been here, down here. And learn something new every day.
How was your experience on the
Homestead? That was great because, you know, I've never been to that place. Like, I heard my mom talk about it and some of the older ones talk about it, but I never actually seen it. Since I'm the baby, I never really seen it like anything. And so, it was a great experience and enjoyment to do and learn. And learn about a new cousin that I used to go to this place called Kate Gardner Funeral Home. Know the place well. Right, but my barbershop been there, next door to it. But you know, I didn't know he was part of the family. Long distance cousin, like everything. So it's an experience, and I enjoyed it, and don't mind coming back and doing it again. All right, no problem.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Hey, what you call it? Photo
Now I gotta get one of my sisters.
I know, I'm talking about my own.
Thank you all for the pictures.
Nicholas will take it.
Congratulations on the time. I'm mad it seems like I have my wife. Give me a couple more years, I'll catch it.
Ronald McCauley, Jacksonville, Florida. Went to the homestead, terrific experience. Enjoyed the history. Like to learn more. I think we should do something on the Paul Jane Gardner Family Reunion and taking a donation once a year and send it to the homestead so we can always support them annually. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Andrea Elaine Gardner Jackson. I'm here in Pulaski, Tennessee, and it's June the 17th, 2017. And what makes it so good about that day is that it is the day that we have come home. This is the place of our ancestors, our forefathers, the ones who gave up a lot, who sacrificed a lot for us to be here today. We were very fortunate to go to the Matt Gardner homestead, which was a wonderful experience. We saw a lot of material on Matt Gardner, his family, things that happened back then that influenced today. We were able to see that. And because of that, we've got to believe that we're better people. So God bless you and thank you for allowing us to go to the homestead.